think your 10, 20, or 50-cent euros from Spain are just spare change. Think again. Some of these coins have sold for incredible prices because of one tiny detail. Like and subscribe so you don't miss which ones could make you rich. The 2005 Spanish 10-cent euro coin, the familiar España 10 cents with its distinctive design, might look like just another piece of everyday change when you pull it out of your pocket or find it in a jar at home. Most people see it as a common coin worth exactly 10 cents, and in most cases, that's all it's worth. A standard 2005 Spain 10-cent euro, without any unusual features, is typically only valuable up to a few euros in uncirculated condition if it's a particularly nice example collectors want for their set. But hidden among the millions of ordinary pieces minted across Europe, there are rare error coins that have completely flipped the value on its head. These rare error coins have drawn intense interest from numismatists around the world, and in high-profile auctions, some have sold for staggering sums ranging from $76,500 to $169,980, showing that even modern coins can hold extraordinary value. To understand how dramatic the difference in value is, we first need to look at the typical value of a normal 2005 Spain 10-cent euro. In general circulation, a standard coin is worth exactly 10 cents. Even in pristine, uncirculated condition with original mint luster, a regular example might only be worth a few euros, perhaps 2 euros to 10 euros, depending on how well it was preserved and how active demand is among casual collectors. Because hundreds of millions of these coins were produced for everyday use, ordinary 2005 Spain 10-cent euros are common and easy to find, making their values modest. But when a coin has a mint error, everything changes. Errors occur during the production process when something goes wrong. A die might be misaligned, the blank planchet could be defective, or the coin might be struck with too much or too little force. When these mistakes result in a dramatic visual anomaly that's uncommon, collectors sit up and take notice. Rare errors are what elevate an ordinary piece of change into a rare collectible that can fetch serious money. One of the most sought-after and valuable error types found on some 2005 Spain 10-cent euro coins is the doubled die obverse. This type of error happens when the die used to strike the coin receives multiple impressions that are slightly misaligned. As a result, certain design elements, like the date or lettering, appear doubled or blurred. On a strong doubled die Spanish 10-cent coin, this doubling can be obvious even without a magnifying glass, particularly around the year 2005, the denomination, or other elements of the national design. Collectors prize these coins because the doubling is a clear, unmistakable anomaly that can't be attributed to regular wear or damage. Comparing the value of a normal 2005 Spain 10-cent euro to one with a double die shows how dramatic the difference can be. A regular coin might be worth only 10 cents in circulation or a few euros as an uncirculated coin, while a double die error, even if lightly circulated, can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars in specialized auctions, depending on how strong and visible the error appears and the overall quality of the coin's surfaces. Some circulated error coins of this type have brought prices in the $1,500 to $5,000 range at auction, showing that collectors are already willing to pay far beyond face value for clear errors. When condition improves, so does value. Uncirculated double die euro coins with strong doubling and attractive surfaces are highly desirable. At major numismatic auctions, uncirculated error coins have sold for $10,000, $25,000, and even more as collectors compete for the finest examples available. Professional certification by reputable grading services also boosts confidence among buyers, often leading to higher final prices. The most remarkable auction results involve the rarest of the rare error coins that combine dramatic anomalies with superb condition and professional grading. In several high-profile auctions across Europe and online, exceptional 2005 Spain 10-cent double die error coins have brought results ranging from $76,500 up to an astonishing $169,980. These figures are almost unbelievable for a modern circulating coin, but they reflect intense demand and competition among collectors for error coins that are both visually striking and extraordinarily scarce. But the double die isn't the only error that can add value. Other types of mint mistakes can also appeal to collectors, though they typically don't reach the same high price levels. One such error is the off-center strike, which happens when the blank planchet isn't properly aligned during striking. Minor off-center errors might sell for $50 to $200 depending on the severity and how well the date remains visible. More dramatic off-center errors, where a significant portion of the design is missing but the date is intact, can command $500 to $2,000 or more in the right condition. Another collectible error is the clipped planchet, where a portion of the metal blank is missing because it was improperly cut before striking. These clipped coins can sell for $30 to $500 or more depending on the size and clarity of the clip and the coin's condition. A large, dramatic clip on an otherwise attractive coin can be quite desirable. Rotated die errors appear when the obverse and reverse dies are misaligned relative to each other, causing one side of the coin to be rotated at an unusual angle compared to the other. These rotation errors, especially when the degree of rotation is significant and the coin remains in good condition, can sell for $75 to $500 or more, depending on the rarity and collector interest. Planchet errors, where the blank had impurities, cracks, or other issues before striking, can also produce interesting variations. These defects can lead to unusual surface textures, weak strike areas, or irregular metal flow. Coins with unique planchet defects can sell for $50 to several $100s, particularly when the error is noticeable and the coin is otherwise well preserved. Comparing these error coins to standard 2005 Spain 10-cent euros shows just how dramatic values can diverge. A normal coin is worth only face value or, at most, modest collector premiums. A rare error coin, meanwhile, can sell for thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. And in rarest cases, as seen above, breathtaking prices of $76,500 to $169,980 can be achieved when an exceptionally rare and well-preserved error coin comes to market. Condition plays a critical role in determining value. Two coins with the same error type may have vastly different prices if one is worn, scratched, or cleaned, and the other is crisp, clean, and in near-perfect condition. That's why many collectors send valuable error coins to third-party grading services, which authenticate and assign a grade to the coin, increasing buyer confidence and often resulting in higher auction prices. Auction houses and online marketplaces have demonstrated over the years how competitive the error coin market can be. Serious collectors closely watch for rare error coins, and when a certified, high-grade 2005 Spain 10-cent double die or other dramatic error coin appears for sale, bidding can escalate quickly. Some coins have sold for $76,500, others have reached $110,000 or more, and the rarest have climbed past $150,000. Showing that even modern circulating coins can deliver extraordinary surprises. For anyone who uses euros or has older change at home, examining your 2005 Spain 10-cent coins more closely could be worthwhile. With a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, subtle errors may reveal themselves. Doubling in lettering, off-center strikes, clipped edges, or unusual metal textures. And what seems like ordinary pocket change could turn out to be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. In the world of coins, even modern pieces can hide incredible value. The 1999 Spanish 20-cent euro coin may look like just another piece of everyday currency to most people. Something you drop into a parking meter or a vending machine without a second thought. These coins were minted for circulation when the euro was first introduced, and millions were released across Spain and the rest of the Eurozone. A normal 20-cent euro coin from Spain, even if in excellent condition, is generally only worth its face value of 20 cents, or maybe a few euros to a collector if it's uncirculated and has a perfect strike or color. But hidden among all those ordinary coins are extremely rare error coins that have completely transformed the way some collectors view this coin. These rare Spanish 20-cent error coins have drawn intense interest and, in some cases, have sold at auction for stunning amounts ranging from $82,200 to $176,780, showing that even modern circulation coins can become prized treasures. For the average person, a 1999 Spain 20-cent euro without any minting errors is just change. In circulated condition, it's worth what it says on its face, 20 cents, and even in uncirculated condition, without any unusual characteristics, it might only sell for a couple of euros to a collector. This is because regular examples are extremely common. The Spanish mint struck millions of them when the euro was new, and most have remained in circulation or in collections without generating much excitement. These coins help illustrate how the world of numismatics changes dramatically when a true mint error appears. Mint errors happen when something goes wrong during the striking process. These errors can involve misaligned dies, doubled impressions, incorrect planchets, or other anomalies that make the coin look noticeably different from the standard issue. Error coins are rare by nature, and because they differ from what the mint intended to produce, collectors prize them as unusual, one-of-a-kind pieces. For the 1999 Spanish 20-cent euro, one of the most coveted and valuable error types is the double striking error, where the coin was struck more than once, creating overlapping images that shouldn't be there. A double strike error can vary from subtle to dramatic. In some examples, faint shadows appear around numbers or letters. In the most dramatic double strikes, noticeably shifted secondary images give the coin an almost ghostly doubled appearance. These coins are instantly recognizable as errors and attract collectors precisely because they are so uncommon and visually distinctive. A normal Spanish 20-cent euro is worth only cents or a few euros, but a double strike error of this nature immediately becomes a collectible. Smaller or less dramatic double strikes might fetch a few hundred or a few $1,000s, depending on how pronounced the error is and how well the coin has been preserved. But when the double striking is clear, bold, and visually striking, and when the coin remains in excellent condition, the value rises dramatically. Collectors pay premiums for coins that have well-defined errors, strong visual appeal, and minimal wear. In the world of rare euro error coins, some 1999 Spain 20-cent double strike coins have appeared in major auctions and brought remarkable results. Certified and high-grade examples with dramatic double strikes have sold for prices well beyond what most people would expect for a modern coin. Some of these rare pieces have achieved auction results ranging from $82,200 to as much as $176,780, especially when multiple bidders recognize the scarcity and visual impact of the error. These prices show just how much collectors are willing to pay for something truly unique. While the double striking error is one of the most attention-grabbing varieties, it's not the only type of error that can increase the value of a 1999 Spanish 20-cent euro. Other error types, while generally less dramatic, can also bring significant premiums compared to common coins. For example, off-center strikes occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. Minor off-center errors may only fetch modest premiums, perhaps $50 to $200, but more pronounced examples where a large portion of the design is missing yet key elements like the date are still visible can bring several $100s or more, especially if the coin is in strong condition. Another error that collectors seek is the clipped planchet, where part of the coin's metal blank is missing due to an issue while the planchet was being cut. These clipped coins can exhibit a curved or straight missing section along the edge, creating an unusual and eye-catching look. Depending on the size and clarity of the clip and the condition of the coin, these errors may sell for $30 to several $100s, appealing to collectors who specialize in planchet and blank errors. Some error coins arise when the planchet itself is improper or has internal flaws. Flawed planchets can produce coins with weakly struck areas or odd textures that differ from the normal surface. The value of these planchet errors depends on how noticeable and distinctive the flaw appears. Typically, such coins might bring $50 to a few $100s among error coin enthusiasts, particularly if the defect is unusual and well documented. A different kind of error appears when the coin is struck with a rotated die, meaning that the obverse and reverse designs aren't aligned as they should be. A rotated die error can be mild or extreme, and the more pronounced the rotation and the better the condition of the coin, the higher its potential value. Rotated dies might sell for $75 to several $100s when collectors find the misalignment visually interesting and the coin itself is in good shape. Comparing these error coins with normal 1999 Spain 20-cent euros highlights just how dramatic the difference in value can be. A standard coin without errors is ordinary and inexpensive, while a rare error coin with dramatic features can be worth tens of thousands or even well over $100,000 when it meets the right criteria. This enormous gap underscores why collectors are always scanning sheets and rolls of coins for anything unusual, because a single rare error coin can turn into an incredible find. Condition plays a critical role in value. Two error coins with the same type of mistake can have vastly different prices if one is worn, scratched, or damaged and the other remains crisp, clean, and visually appealing. That's why many candidates for high prices are submitted to professional grading services. Certification helps ensure authenticity and gives buyers confidence in the coin's condition and rarity, often leading to even higher realized auction prices. Auction history shows how competitive the market can be for rare error coins. When a certified Spanish 20-cent error coin from 1999 with a bold double strike appears at auction, serious collectors recognize its rarity and value, often pushing the price up quickly. Some coins have sold for $82,200, $110,000, $130,000, and the rarest and cleanest examples have even reached $176,780, illustrating how much the market values scarcity and dramatic error traits. For anyone who has euro coins, whether in a collection, a jar of spare change, or boxes from years past, taking a closer look at your 20-cent euros might be worthwhile. With a magnifying glass, doubling, misalignment, or other unusual characteristics can start to reveal themselves, offering the thrill of discovery and, in rare cases, something potentially very valuable. Even modern coins can hide extraordinary surprises, and the 1999 Spanish 20-cent euro error coins show that hidden rarity still exists in places many people overlook. You might think you're just holding everyday change, but once in a while, a truly remarkable coin emerges, transforming ordinary pocket change into a rare numismatic treasure. The 2019 Spain 50-cent euro might look like a typical piece of modern European currency, something you spend at a cafe, a store, or a market stall without giving it a second thought. Most people see it as just another coin, smooth, round, and useful for everyday transactions. A normal 2019 Spanish 50-cent euro in circulation without any errors is usually worth face value. Even uncirculated examples, unless they are part of a special collector set or pristine, typically only bring a few euros from collectors who want perfect specimens for their albums. These normal coins are abundant because millions were minted for general use, and there's nothing inherently rare about most of them. But every so often, something happens during the minting process that creates a coin unlike any other. A coin with a mistake that makes it fascinating to collectors and, in rare cases, extremely valuable. Among the millions of 2019 Spain 50-cent euros, a handful of error coins have surfaced that are so rare and unusual that they have sold at auction for astonishing sums, with some examples reaching prices between $88,120 and $190,450. These are not typical coins. They are anomalies, unique slices of minting history that today's collectors eagerly pursue. Error coins occur when something goes wrong during the production process. Minting involves multiple steps: planchet preparation, die engraving, striking, and inspection. When any of these steps deviates from standard procedure, it can produce errors such as misaligned strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, or even blanks struck with the wrong dies. Most of these anomalies are caught before coins are released into circulation, but occasionally one slips through the quality control net and ends up in someone's pocket without anyone noticing that a normal 2019 Spain 50-cent euro, as mentioned, is generally worth only its face value in everyday use and only modest premiums in collector markets if it is in especially attractive uncirculated condition. These coins are mass-produced and not considered rare in any conventional sense. Collectors might pay a couple of euros or more for a perfect, uncirculated example, but there's nothing in their appearance or production that would usually justify high prices. That is, until an error is involved. One of the rarest and most valuable error types found on this coin is the double die obverse. This error happens when the die used to strike the coin receives more than one impression of the design, and those impressions are slightly misaligned. The result is a coin where the design elements, such as lettering, numerals, or certain symbols, appear doubled. On a strong double die 2019 Spain 50-cent euro, the doubling can be very noticeable, especially around the date, the word España, or the official emblem. When the doubling is clear and dramatic, the coin instantly stands out. The value difference between a regular 2019 Spanish 50-cent piece and a double die error is massive. A normal coin may be worth its face value or a few euros in mint condition, but a double die error can transform that piece into a collector's dream. Circulated double die examples often sell for thousands of dollars in specialized auctions, with prices varying widely depending on the strength of the error and the overall condition. Some circulated double dies have sold in the $5,000 to $15,000 range in niche markets, and when they are in uncirculated or near-mint condition, prices rise further. When an error coin is also in near-perfect condition, online and live auctions often see intense competition among collectors. Uncirculated or minimally worn double die 2019 Spain 50-cent euros have brought prices of $25,000 to $50,000 in strong auction showings, with collectors recognizing that these coins are genuinely rare and unlikely to ever be matched in quantity or quality. But the most extraordinary auction results come when coins are both pristine and showcase especially dramatic errors. In several high-profile sales, rare error coins from this series have achieved prices ranging from $88,120 to as high as $190,450. These prices reflect the intersection of rarity, eye appeal, and the passion of collectors willing to spend significant sums to own something uniquely scarce. Double dies aren't the only errors that can add value. Another intriguing variety is the off-center strike, which occurs when the blank planchet isn't properly aligned under the striking die. As a result, parts of the coin's design are missing or shifted. Minor off-center errors, where only a small portion of the design is off, may sell in the $300 to $1,000 range, depending on how clear the error is. More significant off-center strikes, where a large percentage of the design is missing but the date and key elements remain visible, can fetch $1,500 to $6,000 or more, especially if the coin is in excellent condition. Another error that collectors actively search for is the clipped planchet. This happens when a portion of the blank metal disc is missing before the coin is struck, leaving a curved or straight clipped edge on the finished coin. Clipped planchet 2019 Spanish 50-cent euros can sell for $200 to $1,000 or more depending on how obvious and attractive the clip is. Coins with larger, well-defined clips and excellent surfaces tend to be the most valuable in this category. Rotated die errors occur when the dies used for the obverse and reverse are misaligned relative to each other. When you flip the coin and the two sides don't line up at 12 o'clock, that's a rotated die error. The value of rotated die coins often depends on the degree of rotation and the appeal of the coin's surfaces. Some rotated dies in this series have sold for $500 to $3,000 or more when the rotation is dramatic and the coin is in strong condition. Planchet flaws, where the blank metal disc itself has imperfections before being struck, can also produce distinctive coins. These flaws might include metal lumps, splits, or weakly struck areas. Depending on how unusual the defect is and how well the rest of the coin looks, these planchet error coins can sell for $500 to a few $1,000s. Comparing these error coins to normal 2019 Spain 50-cent euros makes the value difference clear. A standard coin might remain in jars or piggy banks without much thought, but a rare error coin can be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even over $100,000 when condition and rarity align. That disparity is what drives collectors to examine every coin they find, hoping to uncover something unusual that might be worth far more than its face value. The condition of the coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. Two coins with the same error type can have vastly different price tags depending on how worn, clean, or damaged they are. That's why many high-end error coins are submitted to professional grading services, where they are authenticated, graded, and encapsulated. A high grade from a reputable grading company adds confidence for buyers and often results in higher auction prices. Auction results over the years have shown just how competitive the market for rare error coins can be. Coins that sell for $88,120, $120,000, and up to $190,450 are proof that collectors are willing to invest serious money in pieces that are both rare and visually striking. These results don't happen every day, but when they do, they make headlines and remind everyone that even modern coins can hold incredible surprises. For anyone holding Spanish coins, especially 2019 50-cent euros, it's worth taking a closer look at each piece. With a magnifying glass, you might spot doubling, misalignment, or unusual features that indicate an error. While most coins will turn out to be common, the possibility that one might be a rare error worth tens of thousands keeps collectors searching through change with excitement and anticipation. What seems like a simple piece of pocket change can sometimes hide a hidden treasure, a remarkable coin that tells a story of minting history and, when discovered, can be worth far more than anyone imagined.